Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MLP cast, and let me tell you, it's been a while since I've casted any games, because all the leagues are unfortunately offline for the time being, until Season 2 opens up for them. For Echo League, I should say. But my boy Visual, who's finally back after probably about a month of never casting this bloke, finally back. Good to see him. And we'll be casting one of his games, which have, to be fair, always been entertaining, so I never say no. Never say no to my boy. However, we'll quickly go through the draft and we'll get going. So we've got Vanaman. He'll be playing that Ursa. We have Amphibicopter. We're just going to call him Copter for the CM. Visual, he'll be playing the mid Tinker. We've got Prof. He'll be playing the Silencer. And finally, there's a Windrunner in the game by the name of a man called Horace, who I know very well. On the side of the die, we have Citizen Snips, who we'll be calling Snips, playing the Disruptor. We have a Monkey King who tricked me as well as probably the enemy team by being the Bounty Rune. We have a TA being played by a Zombie Charmer. We've already looked at Disruptor. Nate Higgers, which, you know, you can only imagine what he's trying to say. He's playing the Ogre. And finally, Meow is playing the Clockwork. So we'll see how this game goes. Very exciting. Like I said, I haven't casted for probably about 5 days, which is not good because you get that itch. But nevertheless, we'll see how it goes. Fortunately, sometimes life gets in the way, and you've got to step back from the casting to take care of business. But business is sort of taken care of. Ogre, he's going to come in and do this harass the Visual with the Ignite, but Higgers, I mean, he's doing a good job of it. Luckily, Visual, he got the laser, so he can harass him back a bit. But Ogre, this is what Ogres do. They're very tanky. They go in, they use the Ignite, they hit him a few times. He has the Orb of Venom as well to slow him down. And it's going to make it really hard for Visual to be able to do anything, especially when he's also up against a TA. So Charmer, he's not going to have the hardest time as well. In fact, he should have a really good time, because with those Psyblades, he can really harass the Tinker if he's a good TA player. Not sure if he is, because I don't, as usual, don't watch the results or see the results of what happens in the game. However, I do know it's a relatively long game, so I had to make sure I had a bit of time available to cast it. So if anyone is watching, which I honestly haven't checked, keep in mind it's probably going to be a bit over an hour if you're going to stick around. But anyway, looking at the draft, I mean, relatively strong drafts for both teams, but the thing is, it looks like it's a carry Monkey King on the side of the die, which I don't agree with very much. Not that Monkey King's that bad, but he has had nerfs done to him, and yeah, the Wukong's command got nerfed pretty hard. Like, they raised his armor and removed the attack bonuses, but level 1 bonus armor's 8, like, it's not going to really do anything, especially when you got a Tinker who does so much magical damage. Looks like Higgers, he's in trouble now. Vanaman, he's found him. There should be a Q, assuming the CM can get some kind of, get the Frostbite onto him. He's just waiting for the mana regen, and it was almost there, in fact, but they back off. Now Meow, he gets the cogs off, and I actually missed the first blood, because Horace, he made it happen, and it looks like he connected a shackle. Surprisingly enough, you would assume it's the power shot, but he hasn't even leveled it yet, so my apologies for missing the first blood. But Peter, he goes down. Unfortunately for him. So things going well. A good start for the Radiant. Not the best for Visual, but actually he's top of the last hits board, which I'm not even sure how he's doing it, because he's up against a TA Ogre right now. So that should not be the case, but the man knows what he's doing. Clearly. Zombie Charmer is close behind, but the fact that he had the Ogre to help him out that whole time, it's not really good news. Because if you're already losing to a Tinker when it's 2-on-1, especially with an Ogre, that's just terrible. Higgers, he's going to come in, he's going to start harassing the CM. Probably not going to be able to catch up to Hitter. He wanted to go for that last hit with the Fire Blast, but couldn't quite get it. Nevertheless, though, he does harass CM out of the lane, or out of the neutral creep spawns, I should say. And that will slow her farm down a bit. Not that it matters too much, because she's a support, but obviously supports deserve a bit of farm too. And I mean, he's got his boots now, so he should be relatively happy. Meow, he's going to chase Copter. Try and punish him a bit for buying those boots. Higgers is there as well. They've got him in the cogs. And Copter, he'll go down. Venoman now, he's going to try and get some revenge, but it's going to be pretty hard. Once you've got that Meow, who's got those mini stuns going off, there's not really too much you can do. So the Battery Assault really going to do its job. And there will be no kind of punishment given to the Dire for taking the support. I've got to say, very intrigued about what this Monkey King plans on doing, because Monkey King carry, I just haven't seen it before. Well, I've seen it attempted before. I haven't seen it been successful. I know there were some pros explaining that that Monkey King can be played as a, well, he used to be that hero that could have been played as a carry. But everyone else kind of took it as a roamer because of that kind of ridiculous, you know, Primal Spring, which allows you to jump through trees. Which is, I mean, come on. What were you thinking, Ice Frog? Yiggers again with the Ignite. Gonna really start annoying Visual here, but he's got his bottle. He's also got that Null Talisman, so he's got a bit more, he's a bit more tanky than you usually would be. And he's actually going for the March spam as well. He's maxing the March, so he's assuming he's gonna have a fast BOTs. He is gonna have to back off now. He does have shrines available to him. Looks like he is choosing to just make a run back to the base for the time being. Not wanting to use the shrine just yet, and it is a bit dangerous because when you've got the Ogre, it's a bit scary to go for the shrine because that's where everyone will be anyway. Like, they know exactly where you're going to go. So if they wanted to make the chase, they always could. And they might pick you off before you get there. But nevertheless, he's all healed up now. He'll probably go straight back to the lane and start farming again. Horus, he's going to find Higgers this time. Oh, Shackle. It does not latch, but it doesn't really matter too much. Props there as well. They get the slow. And this should be a kill on Higgers because they got the power shot as well. Can they connect it? No, they can't. And actually, Disruptor did come in, use that kinetic field, and it looks like they weren't going to be able to get it anyway. The power shot would not have done enough damage, but it would have been very, very close. I mean, with that 260 damage, it's quite a lot, but wouldn't have quite hit the mark there. Interesting enough, Visual still leading that last hits board and actually missed it again, but Meow takes out the CM, and Venoman, he was going for a few hits onto him, but doesn't have those phase boots quite yet, so he can't really keep up with the clockwork. Now they look like they're going for a kill into Citizen Snipes, but it's not going to happen. He's going to back off. The Monkey King was there to help out, and the Jingu Mastery, you've got to be careful because once that's activated, it's very, very dangerous. Bit of a ward placed there. Not sure if Visual saw it. The laser goes out. And here we go again with Higgers. But at this stage, I mean, a level 1 Ignite not really going to do that much. It's not going to do that much work. Like, it's only taken about, what? It looked like it took out like 80 HP off him for the full duration. So you're really going to get some hits in. Copter's here now, though. So he's there to help out. It's almost a bait from Visual to try and get Ogre to overextend a bit. And it looks like Higgers, he might fall for it here. Copter's there. No, they've pinged him out. They've seen the CM, so they'll let it go. There's a good little attempt from the CM to stand in that position, and if the Ogre tried to go for an Ignite again, just Frostbite and try and go for a quick kill. I'm not sure if it would have really happened anyway, though, because it's only level 1 laser and rockets. I was going to say, that's some massive range for the Ignite. Not much else going on really on the map. Very quiet. But I suppose it is one of those, well, both drafts really depend on getting quick farm and gold. And, you know, usually probably around the 15 to 20 minute mark is when you see things start to go crazy. You've got the Clockwork, you know, he's going to hit that comfortable level where he's going to start hooking in and, you know, using that Battery Assault on cogs. Horus, he's going to find himself snipes. Or snips, I should say. Bit of harass, and I don't think he should probably continue chasing, which he won't. Looks like the Clockwork has been able to get quite a bit of farm on that offlane, so... And he got quite a few kills himself, so not really contested too much as a Clock. 2-0 is a very, very good offlane. They're actually going to find Visual now by himself. There's 3-on-1, and it looks like they will take him down. There was some help coming in, but unfortunately they were slightly late. Higgers was the closest one to die, but again, Ogre is just too tanky of a support to go for. And of course you got the TA. You're not going to kill the TA. It's just not going to happen. With that refraction, he has the meld as well. So worst case scenario, he'd just meld and you probably wouldn't find him. Primal Spring comes in on Prof. There is Snips there as well, and it looks like they should be able to get a kill here. There's the Jingu Mastery, and that's going to deal enough damage. Can they get the last hit though? They're slow on the Monkey King. Snips will do it. No. The Boundless Strike will get the last hit, which is exactly what Peter wanted. And there's the applause for himself. I've got to say, those sound bites or whatever you want to call them. They're cool at the start, and I suppose they're cool for pubs and stuff. But I've been watching like the Manila Masters, and you know the pros are allowed to spam them if they choose for the BM. But I just don't think it's very good. Like in the pro scene, when you're having it casted, you know, there's people watching. It's just not the best, especially because they spam it. You know, when something crazy happened, like the It's a Disaster one, and it's just like, why don't you just let Toby, you know, do it for you? Like, it's just more hype that way. Just, I don't know. They should have banned it for pro games. Prof, he's going to cop an Ignite. He's getting a bit of XP from those neutral cramps and denying his own creeps, really. So he'll get some of that creep equilibrium coming back his way. Horus has joined him as well. And looks like Snips, he's going to cop a bit of damage, but there's 3 there. Now the Glimpse comes in, and Snips, oh, the power shot does miss, but they get the kill anyway. And they'll want to back off there. The Global Silence was also committed to try and help out. Now Higgers, he's copping a lot of damage from Horus. There will be a power shot there if necessary as well, and he should probably just commit it, but no, he uses the wind run, and he will back off. Now the Monkey King ult is used. Copter, he's in the middle of everything here, but he's not really copping that much damage. And Vanaman, he'll come in now. Good rotations from the Radiant, and it looks like they'll take them out. That's a 3-0. Prof walks away barely with his life. Sam was almost there to death as well. Just some great rotations coming out from the Radiant though. And really taking advantage of those timings for their heroes. Obviously Ursa, he has the phase boots now. He's almost got the Vladimirs in it as well, so he'll probably be able to go for Roche soon. This won't be good for him though. He's about to get picked off. There's the stun, the slow was there as well. The kinetic field, everything's there. Higgins is just got to be careful not to get taken out. But Vanaman, he will lose his life. In fact, Meow came in as well, which was a bit surprising. Because he probably could have just stuck around and kept farming in the off lane, but it looks like Peter, he took that role for him. I mean, this is a carry, a safe lane carry Monkey King, so like I said, I've never seen it successful. I'd love to. We'll find out how good he is, especially after the nerfs. I just can't imagine it being that great of a carry. Great position 4 though. Trying to steal those neutral stacks before the TA can. The power shot did end up missing from Horus though, which was a bit unfortunate. Obviously, when you've got the Ogre Ignite as well, it's really helpful. Looks like Meow was in a bit of trouble mid lane. Unfortunately, they just couldn't get that last bit of damage onto him. I'm just keeping track of what's going on with these neutral cramps. The Ignite came out. Higgers, he comes in as well. The kinetic field is there. Chamber, or Charmer I should say, he's going to take over Prof. Horus really couldn't do anything, had no mana. Just threw the power shot out, and that's all she wrote. But the remaining neutral camps, which, I mean, they're the big creeps, which provide the most golden XP, they're going to go to Charmer. He's going to be very happy with that. So gets the neutral stacks, gets the kill. And this TA is on the way to becoming a force to be reckoned with. Now top of the net worth, and I'm going to say that was due to those neutral camps and the fact that they killed Prof off on the silencer. Oh, actually, I keep missing kills when it comes to Meow. This man is too fast. My goodness. Gets another kill onto the CM, and I suppose it's one of the things. It's just when you've got someone that can kill someone like a CM very fast, it's just going to be hard to keep track of. I'll try harder, I suppose. Meow now. Gonna cop the stomp from Vanaman, but that's really it. Just a bit of a warning from the Ursa. Just get out of my lane before I choose to chase you. Looks like the Disruptor came in to try and help out a bit, but there's no hook available on the clock anyway, so he's not really going to be able to do anything. Oh, there's a shackle from Horus, and he did commit the ulti there. The power shot as well. It does hit both of them. Quite a good power shot. Not sure what Peter's doing here. He really should just go in the lane and farm. Like, I'm not sure why he's just sitting in the trees. Made absolutely no sense. He probably missed a couple last hits because of that. And, I mean, that's just a waste. Oh, actually, visual. He gets caught out. Good ulti from Disruptor. And got him trapped in that kinetic field. And that's a Tinker nightmare. Now there's a global silence. It looks like it's at top lane. Nobody's dead quite yet. It looks like Prof's the one in trouble. Do they have the Boundless Strike? Yes, they do. And looks like the Ignite will take him out. Peter's just chasing for the XP. And there was a shackle, but it doesn't really matter. So again, Prof ends up dying. And he's sinking quite low to that in that net worth board. So he's not going to be too happy with himself. Visual now. He's got the BOTs. So this is where Tinkers start going a bit nutty. When I say nutty, I mean, you know, they go a bit crazy. And he's going to be able to farm up quite a lot using those BOTs, March spams. Charmer. Cops the laser, but it means nothing. That refraction is just so good of a skill. They're actually going to have a go on him, but it looks like they're just going to burn off the refraction. They've actually put the sentry ward mid as well, just to be able to kill off those traps. And looks like Charmer, he's going to go for Prof. Prof, he's died a few times right now, so he's not going to be too happy with himself at this point. He gets stunned up, now the Glimpse, and the ulti committed from the Disruptor. He is going to go down. And it took 3 to take him down, essentially, but at the end of the day, that's still a kill. And it looks like Ursa now, he was smoked up, came in, screwed it up a bit, now picks up an Invis rune. He wants to have a go here, but they surely know he's got an Invis. Surely they saw him pick it up. Shackle comes out onto Higgers. Now the rocket spam. And Ursa, he wants to make something happen, but he realizes they're probably aware of what's going on and will back off. He chooses not to go for the Roshan, even though he has a Vladimir's. He wants to go for a quick kill onto the Monkey King first, which he can do. That's not really an issue, unless, of course, Snips joins in. And now he drops a sentry exactly where the Ursa is. Kinetic Field will connect as well. The Primal Spring. Peter actually jumps in to go for a fight here. He's got to get that Jingu Mastery up before he can. He needed one more hit. He screwed it up, though. And it looks like Vanaman will walk away with his life. Now the Glimpse of Peter. He's got to be so careful. TA's there as well. And Peter, he's not going to die. He's not going to die. Vanaman actually loses his life. Now Prof jumped in. He's in trouble. Visual comes in with the laser, but it doesn't matter. Global silence. It will do its job, but at the end of the day, Prof will lose his life. Snips. He's going for more here. He has the max glimpse, and he wants that darn Tinker. And Tinker, Visual, he'll get in there. He TPs away, and there'll be no cancellation. The power shot so close, yet so far. My goodness. And now Charmer. He's going to go for this kill into Horus. No, he'll back off. But my goodness, things were just too close there. I cannot believe Peter didn't die from that Ursa. He literally needed one more swipe on the Monkey King and just couldn't get it. That's one of those things about Ursa. It's just that his attack range is so low. Like, you have to be really up close and personal with the opposing heroes to get a kill. And I have a feeling we're about to catch a cop to kill here. Because, well, I'm surprised Clock didn't actually make the jump straight away. Because that was a very easy kill for the Clockwork, again. Looks like Disruptor denies the bounty rune. Doesn't want Horus to pick it up, so it was a good little play there. Slowing down that farm just a bit. Clockwork goes for that plus 200 mana talent, which is fair enough. It's definitely way better than the plus 4 armor. On a Clock, unless they're farming so well that they don't need the mana because they've got the items to substitute. In fact, where that plus 4 armor might be more useful, especially against the Ursa, but nevertheless, I say the mana is probably better off here. Mid lane, looks like there's some action here. Snips will be the target, and can Visual get the last hit? It looks like he needed one more. The one charge to save Snips, and he will just go use that shrine straight away. Meanwhile, T1 tower did go down bottom. And the Ignites also come out into Copter. In fact, he cops 3 of them. Prof, he's got to be careful here. There's a TA around the area. In fact, there's a Clockwork as well. Charmer, he did opt to go for the Deso before the Blink Dagger, which is fair enough. It does allow him to take those very early towers, in which case you get the gold to take to get the Blink anyway. So it's a good little pickup from Charmer before the Dagger. And even then, when you get the Dagger, it's not the best that early. Looks like Visual, he was going for Peter just then, but I mean, it's hard for a Tinker to kill off people this early. He really needs to basically pick off either very squishy supports where there is none, or he needs to just be there in a team fight and get those last hits. Now he's going to get jumped on. Visual, he's got to be careful. He puts the marches there, and I don't think Peter will want to go through this. It's a lot of damage, and you can't underestimate it. Oh, there's some action here. Snips. Looks like Horus was going for him, but the kinetic field was there. The power shot does connect, but it doesn't really matter. And if we're talking about Blink Daggers right now, Vanaman's the one who really needs one, because he's missed out on so many kills right now. It's 20 minutes in and he still hasn't got one, which I'm sure is, it's not really his fault, but he really should just commit to farming right now, because he's never going to be able to get into the close range he needs to, especially with these heroes that can just kite him around. You've got the Glimpse, you've got the Clockwork with the Cogs. Looks like Charmer, he's going to find Horus, but he hasn't used the traps yet, and he'll just actually let him go. Now there's a TP in from Copter, but that was a bad TP, and he will get taken down. Snips actually committed the ulti, and in the back lines, looks like Visual got taken out by the Clockwork, and that was in the mid. And Clockwork is one of those great counters to the Tinker. So is TA. TA is a decent counter as well. So you've got the TA, which is a decent counter. You've got the Disruptor, which is a good counter, and you've got Clockwork, which is a great counter. Monkey King, you could also classify as a decent counter as well, simply because of the fact that he can jump in the trees, so he has that vision. So if he jumps in the trees and he finds Visual, then he can make the jump and stun with the Boundless Strike before he TPs out. Looks like they'll take the tier 1. So top lane has been taken as well. In fact, all tier 1s around the map for the Radiant are down, and they're going to keep going here. Charmer really doesn't want to die right now. He's so close to the Blink, but at this point he's pretty much unkillable, unless the Ursa can get close range to him. Ogre will get caught out. Peter jumps in though, and this could be dangerous to the Diehigas. He will go down. Finally, Vanaman can get into range. Now the Monkey King ulti comes out. Peter, Meow uses the hook, stunning Vanaman. Now the global strike, but they will get the kill. The kinetic field held him in. Beautiful shackle from Horus, and it will hold him in place for quite a while. It looks like Meow might lose his life here. It was a great boundless strike though from the Monkey King. The Cogs actually blocks him in. Oh my goodness, Clockwork Meow, he's going to be hating himself right now. And Zombie Charmer, he comes in the back and takes out some heroes in the back lines. He's on a killing spree now. The shackle does connect, but doesn't connect to a tree, and Meow does admit it was his bad with the Cogs, which is fair enough. Now the Glimpse onto Horus. It's another kill they're going to find, and Charmer now on a double kill and a dominating spree. Very happy with himself. The only mistake made there from the die was, well, there was two. There was mispositioning, and of course there was that Cogs from Meow. But it didn't really matter, because at the end of the day, they won that fight by a long shot. And they're going to go straight for this tier 2 mid now. Towers are just falling like flies right now for the side of the Radiant. And this is why you get a Deso on TA first. Because the towers are just so vulnerable to that minus armor. And how much is it? -7 armor. Good to say, Peter on the Monkey King farming very poorly. 23 minutes in, only has the Vanguard. He's got an Oblivion Staff, so he'll have the Echo Saber soon, but not the best. And looks like Zedamental, of course, PMing me while I'm casting a game, which I can't blame him. Probably doesn't know I'm casting a game, but That's a bit ironic. Maybe I should just tell him. Give me a sec. I'm sure nothing's gonna happen. Just let him know I'm casting a game, so hopefully he basically forgives me for that visual. Looks like he's gonna go down. Meow. We'll take him out. Meow's been playing very well. He's on an unstoppable spree, I believe. He's 7-0. 7-0-2, which is, I mean, offlane Clockwork. He's dominating. In fact, he's so close to that Ags now as well. He's got it. He just needs to buy the Blade of Alacrity, and he has the gold for it, and that's it. Then he's going to have that 12-second cooldown hook. And that's where things get really bad for someone like a Tinker. Because you're always going to be scared. That Clockwork is always going to have the hook available. And there's going to be no amount of trees in the world that can save you if he gets the vision with the rocket. You're screwed. You're dead. You're not TPing out of that. And obviously you can't stop the battery assault with any of the skills that Visual has on the Tinker, so it's going to be big trouble. We're looking at that net worth, and I realize it's up on top of the screen anyway, but it was in the way of the Radiant at the start, but that was mostly due to the Tinker farm. Now, not the best. As well as that, the XP is still going in the way of the Dire as well, so the people on the Dire are doing very well for themselves. Some dewarding here from Snips as well, so doing his job as a support, but doing it very well. He knows where the wards are. It's just a shame though, because he only got a sentry, I believe, just then, and if he placed it just a bit further to the left, he would have found the other one. He's going to be found out though. He actually commits the ulti straight away, so it wasn't bad. Forces out Snips. Is he going to be able to walk this one off? He needs some help. He's juking very well at the moment. Visual, there's a hook in, but it got blocked off by Higgers. And I think Visual might get taken down here. No, the laser saves him. Copter. He'll walk away now. The Shackle from Horus. They're being juked so hard right now. They will take out Vanaman, who chased a bit too far. And they're actually going to find another one. CM again. And I'm not picking on CM here because, I mean, he's up against a Clockwork. And Meow's been hitting on point every single hook. So I'm not blaming the CM for how many deaths she's had, but it's just a really unfortunate game for her at the moment. They've actually gotten to the point now where all the tier 1s and 2s are gone. So every outer tower is off the map for the Radiant. And this isn't really good for them because they need to be taking towers. Prof will back off. Monkey King almost getting the Jigging Mastery. He needs to throw that Boundless Strike out, but he can't see. The rocket was just a tad late. If it had just hit about a second before that, then the Boundless Strike would have connected, the TP would have been cancelled, and Prof would have almost definitely gone down. Nevertheless, though, they go for the Roshan now. And this, again, with the Deso, it's not going to last a second. Especially with that meld as well. So you got the -7 from the Deso and then the -8 from the meld strike. So in total, -15 armor. So Roshan had absolutely no chances there. You've got the Crystallis as well on Charmer. And he's got an Aegis now, so as a TA, having Refraction, you're practically unkillable at this point. The only thing the Radiant can do, I feel, is probably just defend high ground. With those marches, of course, you can do that pretty easily, unless the Clockwork finds a kill, and he looks like he will. Prof. He's going to be the target. He has Global Silence, but it was on cooldown for a second. He won't use it, which is definitely the right idea. March will come out again. But this is all they can do. They should not be jumping out of the high ground right now. Because they have a Tinker, they can sit there and just relax. Vanaman, he's going to be caught out. He was a bit late to walk back up the hill, and he's going to be taken out, I think. Beautiful Shackle from Horus, but doesn't matter too much. They'll get the Aegis from the TA. And I've got to say, that's not the worst trade in the world. And well, Charma is actually going to get caught out again from the Frostbite from Copter. And the ulti was committed as well from the CM, and she'll just keep channeling it for the sake of it. Because why not? Take out those creeps. Now cancels it, but... Beautiful shackles coming out from Horus. Really turning the fights around, and it actually forces the Dire to back off now, because they're not sure if they can take the high ground. And to be absolutely fair, they probably could chip it down, but it's just so hard when you've got to tinker with those march spams. And as long as Visual is fast with the way he spams and TPs back to base to heal up, then really they can't get up it until Clockwork gets the hook battery assault cogs combo. Because you need to kill that Tinker before you can do anything. And of course you have to make sure he has no buyback. Oh, actually they do find another one, and he one-hits him. So Copter is officially in the one-hit range for Charmer right now, especially if it's a crit. Charmer crits, CM is not going to last a second. Can't forget those bloodlusts from Higgers. My goodness. Is going to really help with taking out those towers. Charmer, he's going to start chipping it down, and this is exactly what he can do. With that Blink Dagger Refraction, because you can't cancel the Blink with the Refraction online, he's just going to start chipping at the towers, blink out when he's in danger. Meow, perfect positioning there. He's always going to rocket, he's always going to have vision, and if they make a jump on the TA, he's just going to jump in with the hook and take care of business, really. Visual, he's got to get those marches going. You can't allow this chip damage to happen. Obviously, you've got the Windrunner as well, or Wind Ranger as they like to call it now, with the power shot spam, which does really help with getting those creeps dead before they can reach the tower. Venomer now, he jumps in. The Global Silence committed, but a bit of a poor effort, unfortunately. So not the best. Has he got any items here on the Ursa? Not really. I mean, he got the Blink, which is what, you know, we were talking about how he needed that. But that's not, I mean, that does a lot, but it's not going to really do much at 31 minutes into the game. Like, you're really hoping for either like that BKB or a Basher to be able to hopefully get a lucky bash and basically delete a hero. He's opting for the BKB, which is fair enough. But more so just to stop the glimpse, stop the stuns and the slows from the Ogre, and the Clockwork, of course, with the battery assault. You just want to get rid of all that crap. And Visual, he's just spamming out rockets, just chipping away at their HPs. Trying to ward them off. It's still a level 3 rocket though, so there's a bit more damage to go. And, I mean, I think it looks like he may be going for a Dagon. I would probably be recommending an Aghanim Scepter straight away at this point, because of the laser bounce and the rocket, the double rockets. It just helps more on a high ground defense, but like it practically makes it impossible to push unless they kill you, because the bouncing laser is just going to make it so you miss everything anyway, and he can just keep spamming that over and over again until you've got no HP, and it's pure damage as well. Oh, snips. He's going to get caught out. No. Oh, actually, yes, he is. Vanoman almost gets the kill, but the Glimmer Cape was there. He had to go onto Prof, but it's not going to really matter. He did commit the ulti. No, actually, Horus will get the kill. And I'm really upset that I didn't see that one. But that must have been a beautiful power shot from Horus. And this man, I've got to say, the power shots today from him, really on point. Really, really well played from him. And they're actually going to find somebody else. It looks like it's the Ogre. They will get the kill onto Higgers. And that is going to stop the high ground push in its tracks. There's no way they're going to have an attempt here. And this is going to give that bit more momentum, bit of a gold swing to the way of the Radiant. And they might be able to actually get this tier 1 now. And this is what you're going to be careful of. I commented before on how all the outer towers from the Radiant end have gone down. But you know that on the other side of things, that just means that all the towers for the Dire are still available to be taken down. Looks like there might be a team fight attempt here. Meow's in the background. They're going to find Charmer, but he does melt straight away. The Global Silence is there, and Clockwork, he jumped in. They're going to take out Visual, and Visual, I don't think he stands a chance. He will go down. He does get a march off before that, but it's not going to matter too much. Vanaman, he'll have to back off as well. Prof, he's trying to do the best he can, but the meld is there again, and they just don't have any true sight. They're actually going to find Copter as well. Horus, he gets another beautiful shackle onto 2, but there's no follow-up, and he'll cop a balance strike, and he'll have to get the hell out of there. Got to be careful, though. Meow does have a hook. They lost vision on him, and that was actually pretty close. That was a very good hook attempt from Meow and the Clockwork. They're going to try and force some buybacks here. It's up to basically Horus to try and delay this as much as he can. The good thing is, the creep wave is way back here, so they're not going to be able to do anything anyway. Very lucky for the side of the Radiant, because they don't have to commit those buybacks. They will, however, of course, be able to get some warding going. He's going to have to put another one up there soon, though. It's about to wear off. That is a very, very good ward to have. Oh, actually, mid lane. Looks like there's some action here. Vanaman gets caught out, but there's a beautiful shackle again from Horus. And Horus will get the kill. Now Prof. They're actually going to find Charmer. Horus again with the power shot. My goodness. I mean, already I can tell you he's the MVP of the game. For the Radiant, I should say. He finds Snips. Doesn't get the latch, but he could probably keep chasing. Power shot does connect. And unfortunately, he doesn't have anything to go with right now, so he will back off. He's almost at that point as well, that level 20, where he's got to choose between plus 120 power shot damage or the invisibility while he's wind running. Now, it's arguable as to which one's better. I would argue that the invisibility is better because you basically have a Sakuchi. But, considering they have to defend so much high ground, and the fact that they're lacking so much damage on the Radiant end, I wouldn't put it past him to get the plus 120. I would seriously be considering it. And not only that, but it helps out his damage a lot. Like in terms of killing other heroes. They did find him due to that TA trap. But he will back off. It looks like he sensed that something was wrong. Or the fact that that ward was there, of course, as well. Prof also sees what's happening. Backs the hell out of there. They're going to go for a kill attempt. Copter places a ward. Got to be very careful not to get hooked by that Clockwork. Prof as well, of course, because if he does have the Hurricane Pike, but, you know, it's not going to mean he's just going to walk away from it. And they've actually smoked up here. So they want to go for an attempt. They've drawn the right directions here. That line will point out where they're going. The scan did miss, but that is the right way to go. And they might just find Peter here if they can just bot him out. They did see it with the ward. Now the shackle, and even though it didn't latch, they should be able to get the kill. But he has an invis. He actually has a Shadow Blade. They still see him. They have the vision. The CM ulti committed as well. And actually they take out Charmer. Ogre, he's going to have to back off. The rockets are hitting him. Higgers will be the one going down as well. Meow puts a cogs there to try and help out, but it does really nothing. And he'll have to make a walk for it. But 2 kills, a successful smoke attempt. This is kind of like the dream scenario for the Radiant right now. This allows Visual to get out there, throw the marches out, get some XP and gold that he really needs right now. And he actually did pick up the Aghanim Scepter, and that's the best pickup he could have gotten. But this just allows so much space for the Radiant to do things that they haven't been able to do for the past 20 minutes of the game. Now Vanaman, he's going to go for that tier 2. Realizing their biggest threat is down in the TA. There will be an ulti committed from Snips. Now actually the hook as well from Meow. And the shackle is beautiful, but it does not save the Ursa. Prof will start hitting up the Monkey King ultimates there. And Prof, I think he's going down. In fact, he will. The glimpse onto Copter. Copter goes down. And that is not the dream for the Radiant, but it is the dream for the Dire. To be able to defend that tier 2 while their main carries down. Another hook attempt from Meow, and it was onto Horus, but unfortunately Horus did run way too fast with that wind run. While all this is happening though, Visual, he'll push out the outer lanes with those marches, and he just basically makes sure that the push is basically limited for the side of the Dire, and they realize this, so that what they do is they go straight for the Roshan. And considering they have the Bloodthorn available, it makes it very easy to go for that Roshan attempt. Now with that Roshan and with that cheese, and with, of course, with the Bloodthorn as well, they're going to go for some kind of attempt here. They're going to go straight for that mid lane. It's the easiest one to push because the Tinker has pushed out the other ones. In fact, the tier 2 bot almost being hit up here. We look towards that mid lane. Wards placed again. Not sure if the Radiant were aware of that. But if they're not, this is going to cause them a headache, because Clockwork, he's going to have full vision of what's going on. It's just a matter of when does he jump, because of course he has to have the TA ready. Visual, he's being a bit risky, I should say, because he should really be sitting in that mid lane spamming marches, but he's trying to be as efficient as possible. And he is doing a good job, I should say, because he is back in time to help out. But actually, Vanaman gets caught out again. Now the hook from Yao, and it does so much damage. The Shackle does not latch. Actually, it did latch, but I'm not sure onto what. Peter, he'll jump in with the Monkey King ultimate. Now the Global Silence are actually going to be able to defend this, I think. Ogre, he's going down, and he will lose his life. Now the Aegis is gone as well onto the TA. Peter, he's copying a lot of damage. He does have the Jingu Mastery. We've got Hurricane Pike. Now the hook, it does not latch onto anything, and that is almost a full team wipe. They might commit it onto Snips if they can. Is there a power shot for Horus? He blinks in. He's going to make the wind run happen as well, and he will find Snips, I think. Oh, the jukes from Snips, my goodness. But he will lose his life to Prof, and Prof goes up to 24 int stolen as well, we should say. But a full team wipe for the side of the Radiant. And Visual, straight to work. But I've got to say, Horus has been doing a lot of this. I mean, Horus is just... he's making the shackles happen when they're not happening. The Global Silence, I've got to say, was basically very well timed. Got the full duration out of that. By the time it was over, half the heroes were dead and half the heroes were just about dead. That tier 2 is just gonna melt. And Horus, does he want to go for the tier 3 now? Because Vanaman, he's pushing the tier 2 at top, so it feels like he can do a bit of chip damage with that ulti. He did go for the invisibility with the wind run, which is not bad at all. Look at the damage he's dealing to that tier 3. He's already gone, it's gone down to literally less than half health. And he will just be able to wind run that one off. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that, by the way, but one of my idiot neighbors, his car always, the car alarm always goes off, and he hasn't decided to fix it for literally over a year now. So the whole street has to put up with that annoying car alarm when the wind basically blows it a bit. Anyway, Prof got the Shadow Blade. Gonna pick himself up an Illusion Root. Not really gonna do anything with it. Might want to just farm a bit, maybe get a bit of vision. TA now, Charmer. He's going to find himself a double damage, and he still has that bottle as well, so going to be able to store it. And this is one of those runes that, I mean, once you've got that, it's very, very, very easy to take a tier 3 down with a TA. Because this is so much damage from the Refraction, the minus defense from the Deso. Are they going to make a push for it? They realize they're losing time here, because you do not want to go too far into the game when you've got someone like a Windrunner who basically, I mean, they just get super strong if it goes too late. You've got an Ursa which is also super strong in the late game, and a Tinker who will constantly defend and push out your lanes, and you'll just never catch him. Balls coming out from Visual. Okay, I just saw your question. What is Visual? Visual is this bloke, Tinker. Just a cool dude who sends me replays on the regular. Apologies for the delay in answering the question. I did not see the comment. I didn't think anyone was watching, so thanks for watching, I suppose. Those marches. Makes it really hard. Just so hard. Every time you see a Tinker being drafted against you, you slam your face into the wall. Because you just get, you know it's going to be a tough, long game. And to the credit of the Dire, they made the push attempt so quickly. But they just could not breach that high ground. It was just too late by that point. And now if they don't pick off Visual on the Tinker without without him having buyback, then there's no way they're going to be able to take the high ground. The double damage now basically wasted, unfortunately, for Charmer. He's going to farm with it, but it's just going to speed up the farm a bit. It's not really going to do anything for your team. He is, however, getting a BKB. In fact, it looks like he has the full BKB now. We saw Horus. Actually, Global Silence, and there's a fight at the bot lane. Did not even see that, but Disruptor, the Glimmer Cape is there. Are they going to keep chasing? They have some sentries. No, that's on Disruptor, actually. The March is going to hit him. Snips, he's in big trouble here in Horus. He's going to find him. He does get the latch with the shackles. Now, are they going to keep going? Meow, he has a haste, so he's not the easiest target in the world. Monkey King comes in. They're going to go for Higgers. Vanaman, he's in big trouble, though. He's being kited around. He's going to go after Monkey King, and Monkey King almost dead. They actually get the root onto Meow as well. And Meow, he's going to back out of here. And it's currently it's a 2-for-1. Meow almost going down, but Zombie Charmer's there now. And he's actually stuck, it looks like, into the trees with that Blink Dagger, which is rather unfortunate for him because that March is not letting him use the Blink. And actually, they keep going. Horus is the one who's trying to get this Ogre Magi, who almost did end up dying, but it ended up being a 2-for-1 trade. So Radiant do win that exchange as well. And again, this is going to stop the high ground push. You've lost that ability to glimpse. You've lost the silence from the Disruptor as well as the kinetic field. And the Monkey King, of course, who, does deal a bit of damage and is really annoying. You've lost that as well. So I don't believe there'll be a push attempt here from the Dire. Horus, I was going to say before, we saw he had a Rod of Atos picked up. So, if you don't hit the shackle, at least you've got that Atos to root them in place for 2 seconds. And even then, if you hit the shackle and it's just not long enough, you've got the root. But right now, with the damage Horus is dealing out with that Aghanim Scepter ulti, I mean, it's just, I don't think he'll have much of an issue taking out anyone, apart from maybe the TA or the Clockwork. But even the Clockwork, well, actually the Clockwork's really tanky with the Heart of Tarask. Vanaman has picked up the BKB Basher. We haven't seen a lot from him in a while, but he's gotten something. And they're going to go for the Roshan attempt, but it looks like the Radiant are well aware of this. Prof, he's going to jump in, but he gets caught out. There was a sentry there. And looks like he's going to lose his life for the Vision. I don't think the Radiant will want to make anything happen after that because the Global Silence is now gone. That is not good news for the Radiant. Another Aegis, another Cheese, and Charmer just finds himself a double damage to make matters worse. So there's going to be a rush straight down mid. There is literally no better combination of things you could have right then. Being that you got the Aegis Cheese and a double damage straight after that. But look at these marches. He needs to throw out more though. Gotta get that rearm going quick. He wants to use those rockets first, try and get that max mana efficiency. And of course, he's very scared of the Clockwork Hook. But this tier 3 is not going to last without those marches coming out. And just the damage from the TA, who doesn't even have refraction right now, actually gets shackled, but it does not latch the stun onto Copter. And Vanaman, he jumps in. He might be able to get the kill. In fact, he does on TA. Meow jumps into the middle of everything. He can't kill off Visual himself, though. And Meow, he's trying his best to find him. There's a bit of havoc going on here. Snips, he'll commit the ulti. They'll get Copter at the least. Still, the Rax is not down. Tinker, he's going to have to back off. The Balance Strike is there from Peter, and it looks like they will get the Tinker. He does buy back straight away. Now the hook in from Meow and Horus. He does have the Invis. He should be okay. Meow's stuck in place. He does use the Blade Mail, but it looks like he's going to die. The Global Silence committed as well. Silencer luckily respawn in time. The laser will stop everything happening with that Rax. And Visual's just going to keep going with the rocket spam. He does not want to die back though, and Charmer really wanted to make him buy back. They're going to find the kill into Monkey King maybe, and Charmer loses his life as well to Horus. So that's 2 kills, and now I think Snips, he's glimpsed him back, but that's not what you want at the moment. Prof will get the kill. They in fact a triple kill and a full team wipe, and the only thing they lost is the tier 3. No Rax lost. So very, very successful defense. And Visual straight to that pushing again. In fact, he's going to get to the tier 3 and get a bit of damage dealt there. Unfortunately, he does not have any of the siege creeps. I think one of them might be on the way. No, they're not. So a bit of damage lost into the tower, unfortunately for him. It's not going to force any buybacks, I don't think. Because the Ogre's just about to respawn. But the damage is dealt to that tower. And it's never coming back. And in fact, I don't even know if Ogre can defend this by himself because of the marches. If I was Visual, I don't even know if I would have TP'd back, to be honest. Because it looks like he could just hit the tier 3 and kill it himself. Meow is the one you got to worry about, but the tier 3 not being defended by Ogre at all. In fact, Higgers looks like he's just gone AFK for the time being, and the tier 3 does go down. Now Prof, he's hitting up on that range Rax. Visual is there, starts the Rax, or starts the spam, I should say, and Prof, he's going to lose his life, and they did force the TA buyback when he really didn't want to. Prof is invis right now, so he is safe. There's no true sight available. And Prof is going to actually walk this one off. He actually, I don't know how he got out of that. He literally just invised and nobody could hit him. The Primal Spring will completely miss. Charmer, he does not get the trap. They're still trying to get that kill. Now Charmer, he's getting into range. He's very fast. But the invis is there again. And there's the dust. In fact, there's a refresh rune there. But unfortunately, Prof missed it. He does commit the BKB usage. But unfortunately, TA does do a lot of physical damage. Vanaman will be found out by the Clockwork now. Does commit to just fighting him. And looks like they might finally find a kill onto the clock. Clock will look like he'll go down. No, the 4 staff. Now the hook out. No, he will lose his life. TA did have the BKB, but he was rooted in place by the neutral spawn. Visual now being chased up. This is very dangerous. The TA is the best target for this glimpse. We'll bring him back. He's stuck in the ulti-kinetic field, and Charmer will just melt strike him to death. And that's not good because he has no buyback. And unfortunately, for the side of the Radiant, they went for both tier 3s, so they got a bit greedy and went for 2 lanes of Rax rather than just 1. And although both tier 3s are down and both Rax lost a lot of health, I mean, that melee Rax is going to heal up. That range Rax is almost dead, but at the end of the day, no buyback on Tinker, no buyback on Vanaman, on the Ursa. Not good news for the side of the Radiant. They should really lose this mid Rax here unless somebody pulls off a miracle. And I think I know just the man for it, Mr. Horus. Oh, the shackle does connect. This will slow them down quite a bit, but that being said, Peter, he hits very fast. He commits the Monkey King ultimate so they can't run in. That's the melee Rax gone. The range Rax will go as well. It's a matter of whether they stick around right now or not. They get a stun and they actually kill off Horus. That's a massive one. He buys back straight away. Ursa is back up now, so they might have to back off here on the dire end. There is a power shot. Are they going to go commit to this? Vanaman, he will be the first one in, Peter. He's getting hit up quite fast, and the BKBs are up, but it's not going to matter because it's physical damage. Charmer, he's losing a lot of life. He goes down as well. Peter, he's still going down here. The balance strike hits 3, but it doesn't really matter. The ulti was there from Disruptor, and Disruptor might lose his life as well now. Snips, he ran in to try and help out, but it's too late. The root's there. He TP's out straight away, but it doesn't matter. And, I mean, my goodness, 4 lost because they got a bit too greedy. They thought to themselves, well, the Tinker's still down, so it doesn't really matter. We can take this, but very, like, really underestimating what the side of the Radiant can do here. And they just gave another massive advantage away. In fact, if we look at that net worth graph, it's basically even right now. I mean, a K or 2 isn't going to make any difference at this stage of the game. XP, just about the same. Visual now has those level 2 BOTs, so he's gonna be able to TP to anyone now. There will be a push in that mid lane. Prof, got to be careful not to force staff himself too forward, but wants to make something happen quick, and this Millirax will be going down. There's no buyback on TA. Disruptor does commit a buyback. Way too late, though. Silencer, Prof. He's actually going to go for a fight here. The BKB was committed, and they do find Higgers. Now Snips has to be careful, because the BKB is there on Prof, so it doesn't really matter. Meow, he's so tanky. He's going after Copter, but Copter is a bit tankier himself this time. And he will manage to walk it off for the time being. There will be a hook shot soon, and in fact, he doesn't even need it. The rocket will do the job. Prof is invis. Will walk away. I should mention, I didn't see when it happened, but the tier 3 went down in the top lane as well, so all tier 3's down now for the dire end. Charmer, gonna want to get Visual, but Visual is not the easiest kill in the world, but I mean, with a Bloodthorn, he hasn't committed any traps yet, and now he misses one. The TP out, but it's not gonna matter. Horus does come in with a Shackle, but decides he's gonna back the hell out of there. And actually, no, Vanaman's there as well now. This is the time to kill him off. Charmer, he's in big trouble. The Meld is there. He blinks out. Still, the well played coming out from his teammates because he managed to kill off Visual on the Tinker. I should say Kappa Monster. This is a casual cast. This is just a replay cast, so it's I believe it's NA. I'm Australian though, yes. If you're asking if I'm an AU caster, that's correct. Just doing some casual casts for a dude. Bit of practice before the leagues start again. However, if you're from AU, I might be casting some AU tournaments soon, like in a couple weeks. Going to be casting the international qualifiers, of course, probably like 16 hours a day. Just going to take time off work. So I don't know, if you guys enjoy it, consider following, because I do this on a regular. Anyway, bot lane going to be pushed in here. There's a hook in straight away from Meow, and Windrunner will be the target. Horus, he does have that invis though. And Charmer, he's going to be careful. Prof does a lot of damage. The Global Silence is committed, but the Rax is still going down. And I think Horus is in big trouble. He does root him in place, but it doesn't matter. Meow, he's doing a lot of work here. The laser comes out from Visual. Prof, he's going to have to back the hell out of there. Peter, he's trying to take out this darn Tinker, and Vanaman's there now. He took out the TA, who has no buyback. Peter almost loses his life. And Vanaman, he's looking for some revenge here. The Rockets is coming out. Higgers with the stun. Visual bouncing laser again, but they just can't get anyone that's low HP here. Meow will be the target. He hooks out at the cogs, but he will walk this one off, and Copter, he's going to have to back off. Otherwise, he might lose his life. The Shrines will be taken out now. And this is not good news for the Radiant, but this should have happened a long time ago from the dire end. Actually, now that like we've talked about it, I'm very surprised that the Dire did not go for the Shrines earlier. Like, the amount of times there was TP support on those shrines when they could have taken them out. Very surprising indeed. Peter, he's going to find Venoman, but the Primal Spring predicted incorrectly. Higa's copying so much damage from Prof on the Silencer. The Roshan now is available, and he will walk out so the world can see. Venoman jumps in, but then realizes everyone can see him doing it. Ignite will come out. Snips, he will get the glimpse in fact with the ulti committed as well, but the BKB was used. He will save himself, and Horus makes the calls to get the hell out of there. And the sentry is dropped in the right place to keep vision of any Invis heroes right now. Roshan being taken down again. Charmer, that minus armor he's dealing to this poor Roshan. He actually went for that level 25 down to minus 8 meld armor reduction. So now that meld itself is doing a complete total of, yeah, 16 damage, I believe. 16 armor reduction. And then you've got the Deso, which adds another 7. So then you've got minus 23 armor coming out from Charmer, assuming he hits the meld strike with the Deso. My goodness. Now the second shrine will be taken out. Just adding to that gold of the Dire. So they're going to extend that gold lead just a bit. Now they're going to push that the top lane. It's a matter of whether they can defend this though. Everyone is up. We should really have this buyback status up right now, because we're going to have to keep track of that one. And Charmer actually does have it now, so he's not going to be as scared, especially because he has the Aegis available. Venoman looking to take that out straight away. Now Meow actually hooks in straight away onto Copter, trying to take that pesky CM out. Peter will lose his life to Prof. And Charmer now, no Aegis available, so he's going to have to be careful. Look at the damage being dealt to him. He does use a cheese at the end of the day, and he gets away from it. Has to blink out, though. 3 down for the side of the die. Now TP straight away. Nothing to cancels it. In fact, no, he turns around. Prof gets a triple kill for himself. Now 4 down. And can they get the kill from Charmer? Venoman, he's going to make a run like Usain Bolt right now, but not quite fast enough. Actually, no, he might run into him. No, he won't, but he gets a double damage. And with that double damage, if he can get those last set of racks, this could be game. There is plenty of buybacks though, so at the very least, he wants to try and get those buybacks going. Meow will buy back immediately. Now Ogre will as well. They can take out these racks very fast with the double damage though. Venoman, the fortification is used for that melee one. The stun does come out now, the Bloodthorn, but the BKB is there, and if they can get back out of here, that's a big win for them, and it looks like they'll manage to. The only hope is that Meow could find somebody to hook into, but won't happen. Horus. He's got a Bloodthorn himself now. This man has farmed very well. Visual. Going for an Ethereal Blade now. He's had a bit of a tougher time. Because he started off great, but he hasn't really picked up those, those crazy Tinker items. Talking like the Ethereal Blade, the Dagon, the Hex, the Yules. Still though, in terms of defending high ground, he's doing a very good job. But like I said, Horus, he's really the man in charge this game. Snips should mention he's actually got himself an Aghanim Scepter now. So he will be, basically what that does is, if anyone gets trapped in that ulti, they can't even use items. Which is massive, because if you get trapped, you're thinking to yourself, yeah, I'll just hit my BKB button. They won't be able to do anything. But then, you can't even use those while you're trapped in that ulti. So that's a massive deal. And it really can swing a team fight the way back to your team. You can see the urgency on the side of the dive to get that last Rax, because things are just too close this game for comfort. Peter now sitting in the trees trying to gain some vision, actually hides as a tree. And that's pretty darn good. I would never be able to tell unless you count the fact that it's a tree on top of a tree, basically. So actually it is kind of obvious if you look carefully. Charmer, he's going to walk in. He wants to just get rid of that tier 3. The laser's so annoying though. They burn those refraction charges as well, so he hasn't got that safety. Should mention Silencer has the Agnes, which I can't remember what it does actually. Oh, it pierces spell immunity and does 100% more damage against Silence units, my goodness. Well, that's why he's killing so many people. Charmer, he's going to run in. He goes straight for the range first. The Monkey King ultimate committed as well, but Bannerman's in there. Deals a lot of damage to Peter. Can they take him out? Now the ult is there, so they're really trapped in place. Charmer, he's going to jump in. Those Psyblades dealing so much damage. Prof will go down as well. Monkey King loses his life. They will buy back immediately, but there's the cause from Higgers. Get the hell back. No racks lost. Only the tier 3 though, so it is opened up. Again, big gold swings at this stage of the game. They find themselves a double damage on the dire end again. I think it's being reserved for Charmer. Charmer, of course, going for a Moonshard because he's 6 slotted at this point. That double damage is going to really help out that team fight, but as we've seen, when you've got the Tinker who's just hitting you with lasers all the time, I mean, that's why the bouncing laser is just so strong, because you can have a double damage and you can be 6 slotted, but if you can't hit anybody, like if you continue to miss, it's just so painful. That's why he has the BKB, but I mean, what's the duration on that? In fact, let's look at the TA. It's a 6-second duration, so he's got, you know, one more charge till it's at its lowest level. And that's just going to mean that you've got 5 seconds of magic immunity until you're screwed again. So you really want to try and use that BKB just to be able to get the racks, rather than try and team fight with it. But then you've got Vanaman on the Ursa, who is just going to swipe the hell out of you if you stick around and just hit racks. So a lot of pressure on this TA, and there's just not many options for him. He also can't commit to buying the Moonshard just yet, because then he's going to have no buyback available. TP in. Looks like Tinker. Gonna get back. Oh no, there's a smoke attempt now. They will miss Horus with that smoke, but that's alright. In fact, he could bait them out if he really wanted to. They're gonna find themselves Charmer, and this is the kill they really want. Is Roshan up? Not quite yet, but it is very, very close. In fact, it's only 5 seconds away. If they could find Charmer, Vanaman did see him. He's blinked into the trees and TP'd out though. That would have been an absolutely massive kill if they had gotten it. Bit of a shame that they couldn't. Roshan is up though. Oh no, actually it's not. That's a bit strange. I thought it was. Roshan will be up in a minute 15, so really want to be able to contest the Roshan, but at the same time, it's not easy, because if you lose the Roche fight, then you're forced to buy back, which half your heroes don't even have. And then that could be a game, because you give the opposing team the Aegis and the cheese. And some of your heroes got no buyback, so it's just such a hard defense. They're going to find themselves here, though. There is this, what looks like they're going for the Disruptor. Can they take him out before he actually gets the ulti off? Yes, they can. Peter, he'll throw the ulti out there, but it's not going to matter too much. TA does end up taking out Horus. That's a massive kill. Now Prof, he's man-fighting all this. He's going to try and turn around and hit Higgers, but Meow's being very frustrating. Just stunning him permanently. Prof, he's trying his best. Horus actually did buy back for this, and he's making the run in with the wind run, but it's a bit too late. No, they'll find Peter. The power shot does hit the tree and actually breaks it. Now Meow misses the hook onto Prof. The root will be there, the 4-star, the cogs. Can he delay this as much as he can? The shackle is there. He'll have the root up again in just 3 seconds, but they will let him go, it looks like. Prof did walk away with his life, so he'll be very happy with that. He's also got 52 stolen in. And with that Aghanims, I mean, the damage he's dealing, the pure damage he's dealing is insane while they're silenced. They want to go straight for the Rax, but it might have been an idea to try and go for the Roshan first. Bannerman going to jump in, misses the Charmer. I'm surprised there's no split push coming out here. I thought Horus might just go straight to the top lane and try and take out the Rax there. The pings are coming out. He's going straight to the bottom though, and it looks like it's Vanaman that's going to take that one out. They probably should just try and rat this one out and split push while they can. Vanaman, he looks like he'll get taken out. They're not going for the top. They're going to go team fight this one. Meow, he comes in with the hook. He finds Copter again, but Prof's there with so much damage with the Blade Mail's dealing all the way back. Vanaman, he's fighting 3 at once. The rocket's coming up, but Vanaman will lose his life. Meow almost goes down himself, but he has a heart, so he'll heal up pretty darn fast. And this forces the Radiant to get the hell back. And this is what I was saying. I'm not sure why they didn't just commit like Windrunner. Just go up here, ult one of the Raxes, take it out, ult the other one, take that out. At least you only leave yourself with 1 melee Rax left. That does make it harder for them to push the top Rax, and it leaves them open to rat attempts. Because you can probably backdoor it with the Windrunner right now. With that ulti. So a bit unfortunate, maybe a bit of a misplay. Maybe they thought they could win the fight. Vanaman obviously made the jump in, but they give the Roshan away again. Which is really not what you want, especially when you've got an Ursa on your team. But the Aegis would really suit someone more like Horus on the Windrunner right now. Especially because he'll have that Windrunner when he respawns. So he can Windrun and get the hell out of there when he needs to. Nevertheless though, the Aegis goes again to the way of the Dire. And I think this will be their final attempt at the push here. Ursa is down. For the next 40 seconds, no buybacks available. In fact, yeah, it was on cooldown and he also had no gold for it anyway. So this is the perfect time to make it happen if they realize that Ursa can't actually buy back. They're going to make the push in. Who's going in first? It looks like it will be Charmer. He has a refraction. He's going straight for the range first. And the fortification just used before it goes down. The hook is onto Horus, so that's the main target they want. Now they commit the ulti, but he does 4-staff out. And it looks like they won't kill him off quite yet, but the Raxes are going down. And that is confirmed Mega Creeps now for the side of the Radiant. The team fight's still going on. Clockwork is going to lose his life. He does have a buyback though. Charm, he's going to have to be careful himself. Trying to take out Prof. He's going to lose his Aegis at the least. Vanaman, we're not going to concentrate on that one. They take out the Ogre as well. Charmer, is he going to lose his life? There's the ulti from the Silencer. It wasn't actually committed before the BKB used by Charmer. They're going to keep chasing him, but Horus is there with the ulti. And I think they're going to take out Charmer here. And this is going to be massive if they do. The Meld Strike, but the Marches start coming out. The Power Shot actually does hit him when he blinks out. And Charmer, he's so close to losing his life. The root is there. He will die. No buyback actually available on the TA. Now Snips might lose his life as well. Meow's calling for the get back, but that's 2 heroes down with no buyback. And so Megas are there, but they could probably make the push down the middle. And Horus looks like he knows what he has to do. Vanaman, he's pushing the creeps with him. He doesn't want to go through the backdoor protection. He wants his creeps there with him. And this is their final chance. Visual's going to sit there and start throwing out March spams to try and defend the base while they're pushing. Ogre Magi will be the first to buy back. He realizes this is all or nothing right now for both teams. And unfortunately for the side of the die, that overextension at the end really screwed them up, it looks like. Visual is going to TP in. They get the root onto the Ogre. If they can take him off, this is a dieback. And it looks like Higgers might lose his life. He has the Ghost Scepter, but Vanaman's not going to give up on him. But the Monkey King ult is dealing so much damage. And actually, Clockwork will be the target. The Blade Mail is so annoying, but they take him out. Peter, he'll be the next target. And I think this is it. There's 4 now with no buyback so far. Peter, he'll be the next one. And that's going to make it 5. And that's it, I think. They can take out the tier 4s and the Ancient at this point. And there's no way that they can be defended. And Horus, he's going to be careful not to die to these damn tier 4s, but he's got the win run at the end of the day. Can they do this in time? The GG well played are being called out. Silencer will TP in with full health as well. And I don't think they can defend this at all. Yeah, this is definitely going to be GG well played. They can definitely take up the Ancient before TA gets back up. And I've got to tell you what, that's a pretty darn exciting game. I thought it may have gone the other way, to be honest, because sometimes Visual does send games that he doesn't win, which always makes it like exciting because you don't know who's going to win. But GG well played to both teams, very exciting. And of course, there goes the trash talk from the Dire, but never mind that. Anyway, guys, it's been Michael Phoenix or MLP Dota. It's always a pleasure to cast for anyone. So if you were watching, you want to set some replays in, please do so. Like I said, I'll be casting a lot of leagues very soon. Being Echo League, probably some 82L and RD2L, as well as I'm trying to get into some paid tournaments, as in there's some decent prize pools, and the international qualifiers I'll be casting as well for quite long hours of the day. So if you enjoy it, if you enjoy what you saw, consider following on the Twitch channel, because that's usually where I cast my games anyway, and then I just export them to YouTube. But other than that, guys, it's always a pleasure as usual. You guys have a great day, and it's been Michael Phoenix. Have a great day.